Hello baritone players! So today we're talking a little bit more about tempo, reliance on a metronome, and our articulations in this lesson. We are going to start by reviewing our first 6 notes and adding a 7th. So we know our bottom note is B flat, match this pitch. Second note is C, which is 1 and 3 together. Then E or B, C, D, which is 1 and 2. E flat, which is 1. F, which is open. G, which is 1 and 2. And we're going to add on one more note. This A, which is just your middle finger. You can find it right there. I'm going to circle it so we know it. Just your middle finger on the second valve. It's going to sound like this. Match pitch. Right? That might be a little hard for your lips to do right now. Make sure you're pulling your jaw back and putting your top lip a little bit forward when you're going for those high notes. Faster air, tighter lips, and you'll be able to do it. Don't squeeze your head. It might pop off. Just push more air into the instrument. Doesn't need to stress your whole body. I don't play it with any stress in my body. Right? No stress in your body. So, we are going to then open our metronome and play 8 beats on each note, up to 80 beats per minute. Now, one thing that I want to point out that we've been doing is when people submit this to me, they play 2 beat 8, not through beat 8. I want you to play through beat 8, which means when you play, what I've been seeing, which is wrong, is this. Do. And people stop right as they hit beat 8. That would be like opening a door and stepping right where the door used to be, not walking through the door. I'm not asking you to play 2 beat 8. I'm asking you to make it all the way through beat 8, which sounds like do. So you actually cut off right as the 9th beat happens. So you are playing all the way through the 8th beat, not just playing where beat 8 starts. Right? Now play along with me. Add that last A in there, which is your 7th note. Ready? 1, 2, ready. There are your first 7 notes. We're almost to a full octave. If those top notes get hard for you, remember, pull your jaw back, top lip a little bit forward, and you'll be able to hit them no problems with practice. So, I want you to pause me, go back and do that up and down at least twice with a metronome at 80 beats per minute. Get your lips warmed up and come back to the video when you are ready. Now, flip open your book to where we were last week, page number 8. Scroll on down with your finger to Go Tell Aunt Rhody, which is number 20, right? We worked on this a little bit. I want to thank you for submitting your videos, and I want to talk a little bit about how we can improve them. The first way is playing it how we sing it. So reinterpreting and performing the notes exactly as written. Not only the pitches, not only the what note it is, but how long that note is. So I'm going to play it once before I start talking, and then we are going to talk about it. D is our first note. 1, 2, ready. So, I am making sure that each of the notes gets its full duration there, right? That first note is a half note. It is not a quarter note, which means when you sing it, this is mi is the first note. It's played mi, mi, re, do, do. Those notes get their full value. That first note should last until the second note starts. So it's mi, mi, re, not mi, mi, re. It's not a quarter note. There is no rest in the first bar, so there should be no point where it is quiet. Should not be silent. So when you play that, let's sing it first. So because we know that B flat is our do, I'm going to write do there. C is our re, that is re. D is our mi, right? This is something we've worked on in class. You should be able to get this. So we're going to continue. For mi, mi, re, do, do, re, fa, mi, re, do, sol, sol, fa, mi, mi, re, fa, mi, re, do. Right? So you're going to sing it with me. You can watch me do it once, but then pause me and rewind me and do it with me. So mi is our first note. 1, 2, ready, go. Mi, mi, re, do, do, re, fa, mi, re, do, sol, sol, fa, mi, mi, re, fa, mi, re, do. So notice I'm not cutting off the notes until they're at the end of their beat. Measure 2, do, do. I only cut that note off when the next clap or snap happens. You should play it the exact same. So it should not sound like right? That's all very staccato, very detached, not very melodic. It needs to sound smooth and connected. One way to practice this is by not tonguing at all, or just tonguing between where notes repeat. So that D at the beginning, a D happens right after it. You have to tongue between those notes to make sure they separate, but try not tonguing anywhere where there aren't two notes repeating that are the same. It's going to sound like pause me, give that a try a couple times, and then we are going to move on playing with a metronome. 70 beats per minute. This is going to hold you accountable for how consistent you are rhythmically, right? I had some videos sent to me last week where all the notes were right, and sometimes even the timbre and tone was right, but people played at random speeds and it slowed down and sped up at various points during the piece. This keeps you consistent. We want to make sure consistency is there. So, you're going to watch me do it once and then play along with me with the metronome at 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready. Right? So that is what I need you to do this week. Your homework for this week is to go re-record number 20, record it with a metronome at 70 beats per minute, make sure that it is as smooth as possible, use your tongue as little as you possibly can to get those notes clearly, with a metronome at 70 beats per minute, I will say again. And then at the end of you playing in the same video, in 30 seconds to a minute, I would like you to explain to me using your words what you have done in your practice that has helped you get better. What exercises do you notice helping you become a better player? Is it singing it with the solfege syllables? Does that help you? Does ta-ta and TTing just the rhythm count before you learn it? Or writing the notes above it like we did last week help you? What helps you the most? And where are you noticing improvement? And then also tell me where you know you need to improve still. There are definitely things you need to improve. So tell me what parts you're struggling with. Maybe it's the high notes during our warm-up. Maybe it's having your lungs filled enough with air to last a full 8 beats on each count. Tell me what you need help with, how you're struggling, so that we can continue to work on that. Send me an email if you have any questions. I will be around, and I will see you during our next meeting.